Hello everyone, this is Marsha and I'm just coming to you from our Putnam County Family YMCA. My name is Marsha Gibbons and I'm one of the instructors in the Cancer Recovery Program, and that is a wonderful program that we provide here at the Y for those who are recovering from different types of cancers. We try to help them feel better and just get back on their feet and just get a little bit of normalcy, a little bit of fitness routine back into their life. So I'm going to go through our lymphatic flow exercises for the upper body. These are really good range of motion exercises, as well as getting the lymphatic system stimulated and help to carry out toxins and just cleanse the body, help the lymphatic system work better for you. So very simple movements that can be done at home. I'm going to start with the unaffected side, and by unaffected side I mean the side that you did not have nodes removed from, if that is a term that applies to you. Sometimes people have nodes removed bilaterally in areas. So by affected side I mean the side that you had, or the side that you had nodes removed or disturbed. Unaffected side would be a side that you did not. So that is what I'm meaning by that. So I'm going to have you start with the unaffected side. You're going to be seated in a nice, comfortable chair where you can sit nice and tall and upright. And we're going to start by just taking some deep, calming, cleansing breaths. And by deep, I want those breaths to last 2 to 3 seconds each, from the time that you inhale to the time that you fully exhale. And I want you to feel for diaphragmatic movement as well. So I want you to feel that little tightening right here in your tummy. That's your diaphragm muscle. I want you to feel for that moving. On the inhale, I want you to feel it expand, your chest expand. On the exhale, I want you to feel it contract, and you just feel like you're completely wringing all the air out of your lungs. So here we go. We're going to do 3 breaths lasting 2 to 3 seconds each breath. So in through the nose, really deep, and out through the mouth, really deep. Even my voice gets deeper when I do that. So here we go again. Another in through the nose, out through the mouth. And if you need a little extra calm, you can just close your eyes while you do that breath. So, in through the nose, out through the mouth. So that's our 3rd breath. Now we're going to go to our first of the lymphatic movement exercises. So we're going to do chin up, chin down. I want you to do these movements anywhere from 10 to 20 times. If you're just starting with the program and you're just starting your lymphatic exercises, and especially if you have any fragility in the neck, then start out with 10 and work your way up to 20, or up to what is comfortable for you. We always want you to be comfortable. So starting at 10, we're going to do chin down, feeling a good stretch through the neck, but nice and comfortable, not forcing it. And then I want you to bring your chin and just tilt it up, slightly out, keep the neck comfortable. And just again, down and up. Breathing normally and naturally through the movements. Wonderful. One more time, up. I'm going to do 5 demonstration movements of each one of these as we go through. There are 13 movements in all. So that way you can memorize these movements. You can do those along with me. You can replay me as many times as you need to reach the number that you're comfortable with. But just for time's management's sake and to keep this moving along, I'm only going to do 5 movements. So our next movement, and of course between each movement, let me stress, we're going to do one of those deep cleansing breaths between each movement. So every time we get ready to start a new movement, we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Really deep. Feel for that diaphragm to move and expand and contract. So our next movement, we're going to turn our head from side to side. So nice, good, upright, tall posture always, and just bringing our head straight to the side, looking at the wall to the side of me, keeping that movement comfortable. Returning to the center, looking straight ahead, and then turning to the opposite side, looking toward that shoulder, keeping it comfortable, full range of motion. What I have, when I say full range of motion, that's different for each and every one of us. We have different areas that are overly tightened. That's why we're doing these exercises and doing these movements. So while we're moving and stimulating the lymphatic system, we're also using our range of motion to help recover our movement in different areas of the body at the same time. So always returning to the center, looking straight ahead before you continue on to the other side. Returning to the center, deep breath. In through the nose as big as you can, out through the mouth as fully as you can. So the third movement that we're going to do is single side alternating shoulder lifts. So I'm going to drop my hands down to the sides of my chairs, and I'm going to lift each shoulder by itself, alternating. So I want to again use as full a range of motion as I can without forcing it. Keep your neck relaxed and just lift that arm, each side alternating. And when I do these, I count it 1, 2, especially since I'm working my way up to 20, starting at 10. All right. Again, changing movements. So deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Great. Now we're going to stand up for the next movement. So come into a standing position. I'm going to use my chair for stability. And I'm also going to step where you can see what I'm doing. But I'm going to start with, again, the unaffected side, if that applies to you. Will not apply to everyone. So I'm going to take the leg, bring it back slightly, and then I'm going to lift that leg and return it to the original position. So I'm going to do that bilaterally. So alternating. Each leg, lift and lift. And again, I'm working my way up slowly and comfortably. So when I start this, I'm going to count it 1 and 2. So that's going to be our leg lift to the rear, alternating. So we're going to return to our chair for the next movement. Once we return to our chair, take a deep breath in, exhale as fully as you can. All right, now our next movement is going to be side to side trunk bends. So dropping my hands down to the side, and you have 2 options on this one. You can do seated, as I am now. So if you're recovering from a type of cancer that makes you prone to being dizzy, then do these seated. If the type of cancer you're recovering from, or you're at that stage in recovery where you don't feel dizzy ever, then you can do these standing. So we're going to bend at the waist, so we're going to bend at the trunk, side to side. So reaching down, bending, and the trunk. Good. So the other option is standing, bending side to side in the truck. Counting these 1 and 2. All right, and again, returning to the chair. Deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Our next movement is going to be shoulder shrugs. So we are going to pull those shoulder blades back together at the same time. So before we had did each side singly. Now we're going to do both sides together. So this is kind of like angel wings, or just pulling those shoulder blades back together. Find your feel good. You're pulling down and back. The neck is nice and relaxed. And just pull back, hold just a moment, and release. Now we're going to breathe as we move on to our next movement. In through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, now our next movement, this can be really difficult for some of you ladies who have had a lot of surgery in the chest, in the upper body area. So start at your own pace wherever you're at. I promise if you do these every day and you do these lymphatic flow exercises twice a day, you will see an incredible improvement in your range of motion no matter where you start from. It has taken me years to recover this range of motion. So don't feel like you have to go and take this where I'm at. You start where you're at, and what we are going to do is we're going to lift both arms up and we're going to reach up as far as we can without pain. So you stop at that point where it hurts. You stop before then. I want you to stop when it gets really uncomfortable. We're going to bring those arms down. So it doesn't matter if you're bringing those arms up and this is as high as you can raise them and then it's really tight, and to force it would cause pain. That is going to be where you're going to stop. So you work where you're at, and I promise, be faithful to them and you will see improvement. It's like carving a sculpture out of stone. You chip away just a little bit at a time each day, and before you know it, that stone transforms itself into that beautiful sculpture. So one more time, we're reaching up, overhead, as far as we can, and still remain comfortable. We want to feel a good stretch and no pain. Returning down to our original position. And we're going to take that deep breath as we do when we get ready to move on to another movement. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really feel that diaphragm. Push in there and push out all the air. All right, the next movement that we're going to go to, we're going to start with possibly the unaffected side. So, and you may be like me, I had no nodes removed, so I have no affected side. I was one of the lucky ones. They just took everything else. So, gonna start with the unaffected side first, and we're just gonna take our elbow, put it in a bent position, holding a fist, and we're just gonna open that elbow up, straight out, and bring it back to a bend. Straight out, and bring it back to a bend. I'm gonna do that anywhere from 10 to 20 times on each side. So, make sure that you do it on each side. Straight out, and back to a bend. Straight out, and back to a bend. Once you do that 10 to 20 times, whichever number that you choose, and fall in between there, big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Wonderful. All right, we're going to go back to that same bent elbow position. And this time we're going to do a palm rotation. So we're going to have our palm facing down, and then we're going to rotate it facing up. So down and up, down and up, down and up. Wonderful. We're going to take that to the other side. Bent elbow position, down and up, down and up. Wonderful. And always remember to keep breathing while you're doing your movements. And then once you finish the number that you're comfortable with, between 10 and 20 on those movements, we're going to take that deep breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Wonderful. It's really relaxing to do these also. I mean, it really feels good, and it helps relieve stress as well. So these are just movements you can't go wrong with. Our next movement, we're going to go back, of course, to our slightly bent. This is just a comfortable bend in the elbow. And we're going to flex our palm up and down. So we're just going to bring it up and down, up and down. So just waving by to someone over there to the side, up and down, exaggerated wave. Good. And we're going to do that on each side. Good. Perfect. Just remember, always start with your unaffected side if that applies to you. Next thing we're going to do is just a simple straight arm out, holding that fist, fist and release, fist and release. So we're going to do that somewhere between 10 and 20 times. Switch to the other side, and again, 10 to 20 times. And depending on the nature of the surgeries that you had and what stage and how far out into your recovery you are, also bear in mind that that number between 10 and 20 can be very different from one side to the other, because we're all affected in so many different ways, from the procedures, the surgeries, the recovery areas that we're in with this journey through cancer, that it can be very different on one side of the body versus the other. So if you need to do 10 on one side, but you can do 15 on the other, that's okay. Don't try to push that side that is only comfortable with 10 to 15. You can easily just bring the side that can do more down to match the side that can do less, and just keep it even there and just build from there, and you're going to get the same benefit. So just again, your journey is your journey, and you start and work where you're at, listen to your body, and just do what is comfortable and right for you. All right, our last movement that we're going to do is just to finish the way we started. So we're just going to take 3 really deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. So as big as you can, feel those lungs expand, feel that diaphragm move. Exhale, feel those lungs contract, feel that diaphragm contract. So here we go, in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And one last, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope this exercise tutorial has really helped you. I hope it helps you understand the sheets that you get in your packet if you're part of the cancer recovery program here at the Y. If you're not, I hope that you look into that if you're in the areas surrounding Putnam County, just give us a call and we would be glad to give you more information about that. And you know, this is just wonderful for anyone to do at home that is in any area of cancer recovery. So be blessed, stay safe out there, and look forward to seeing you sometime in the future. Thank you.